So one of the most frustrating things as an architect is bouncing between all the different softwares you need to use. You've got D5 Render, SketchUp, Revit, Rhino, and all of them have different control schemes. It's really frustrating when you go to hit Q, and Q is something different in every single software. So the dev team at D5 understands this. So what they've done in the 3.0 update is given us a really easy way to help fix that. So in this video, I'm going to show you how to set up your own keyboard shortcuts and use some of the presets directly built into D5. So let's get right into it. Let's hop right into D5 Render. So here I've got my scene, I've got my typical settings, but let's say I want to match something like SketchUp. I'm doing a lot of SketchUp work. I want it to be consistent. So if you head over to navigation right over here, this is brand new in 3.0. You're going to get this expanded settings button. If you click that, now you've got navigation presets. You've got D5 preset 1, D5 preset 2, and you can see this also affects what your mouse is doing, okay? So left click here in D5 preset 1 is rotate, but in D5 preset 2, right is rotate, okay? So I recommend playing with these, but you can see you can easily mimic your source app. So if you're spending a lot of time in SketchUp, just switch to SketchUp. It's the same exact navigation system. If you're using a lot of Unreal Engine, you can just do that. If you want to make your own, because this for some reason isn't enough, you can actually go right here to navigation shortcuts. And this is the preset library that we were talking about. And you can go ahead and make your own custom one. You can go and overwrite these. So let's say, for example, I want rotate view to be right mouse button. All I have to do is left click once, just so I enter. You see this blue field. Now right click. And there you go. And it's going to give me a warning that it's already being used elsewhere. So make sure you pay attention to that and your keybinds aren't overwriting each other, because then you're going to be like, well, why isn't this working? So I highly recommend coming in here and customizing things so it suits your needs and you're working as efficient as possible. I do also want to point out that that setting, the navigation shortcut guy, is also equivalent to this one right over here. So if you go to settings, preference, and shortcuts, it's the same exact guy, okay? So you can easily switch. Sometimes, I'm not sure why this happens, the settings will disappear and you can easily just hop to a different preset and it will reload it. And if you make any edits, let's just say I make this F, I can go ahead and restore all and that will help fix it. Okay, so I wanted to go ahead and put this video out there because I've noticed that there's a lot of new people coming to D5 Render and they're just used to the competitor control scheme. This is a very easy way to switch it. I'll give you a really good example. Q and E, for example, that's your up and down control. In competitor software, it's the inverse. And this is a very easy one where you could set up to be E and down to be Q. So perfect example. So if you're running into situations like that, go ahead and do that. You've got that for your navigation modes as well as all your display settings. These are kind of handy. I'm on a new machine and I should definitely start filling these out, but these are nice little toggles like this guy, hide, show all sources. This is basically this guy right over here. Let me show you that. It's your hotkey for these guys. So like light sources, like this looks crazy, right? Like, who wants to work like this? So if you have it as a toggle, it saves you the time to go over here, click it, and then unclick it, okay? Then just to go through the other ones, we have quality presets. This is great. Again, this is like your display settings. If you want to go from precise to smooth, let me just show you that. This is smooth, right? So this removes real-time shadows, but see how much more performant it is. Right now I'm at 60 FPS. If I go to real time, it halves that and I'm at about, 30 because I've got the realistic, shadows and atmospherics and everything. But that's kind of the nice thing. Once you learn these keybinds, you're going to work so much faster. For those that, ever used AutoCAD, there's two camps. You had the command camp and you had the button camp, and I'll die on this hill. But the command people were 1,000 times faster. Okay, if you don't believe me, like do a test. Like we used to do these little like speed runs in the office, and it was always like the commands are just so much faster than having to go over here, clicking and finding the sub menu. Just go in here, spend the time, and customize as needed. So let's see what else we've got. We've got our camera settings. These are great. This is what's toggling between perspective and parallel mode. We use this a lot. Your front view. So front view is basically switching like this. So right now this would be the front of the model, wherever it is. But the point is, go in here and tweak. So another setting I do want to point out is if you don't have this enabled already, this is show orbit point. I highly recommend you turn this on. Check this out. If I hold down left mouse button, I'm orbiting, and you know, right where my cursor is, it should be a little orbit symbol. In post, we have a little arrow. It might look like nothing, but that is going to tell you what you're orbiting around. So now I'm orbiting around that tree. If I go over this orange tree, I'm orbiting around that. I find it really useful. If you don't have that, you're not really going to know what you're orbiting over. So that's with the left mouse button. So just pointing that out there. So anyways, that's it for this video. I just wanted to put it out there. I'm in the new studio. I'm getting things set up. So this is why this is empty. But yeah, moving is a doozy, and I'm finally settling in, and it was driving me nuts that I haven't been able to hit record in like a week, because I enjoy doing this. I like this stuff. I like getting the comments and hearing from you guys, you know, what you're working on, what you need help with. So keep the ideas coming. If you've got a problem you're stuck on, or you just want a video deep diving on something, let me know. I'm basically creating a new season of D5 tutorials to kind of honor this new setup. So as always, if you made it this far, please consider subscribing and liking. Really helps me out. And always reach out in the comments. I always get back to people, unless you're being mean, then I don't. Anyways, I'll see you in the next one.